Alright, so what we're going to try and do today is I have a vet coming out in about a couple weeks. So I'm going to try to take this old swing set here that we've partially taken apart, but it's still concreted in the ground, and try and make this into a head gate. Right now we don't have a milking stanchion set up. She's probably about 4 or so months away from freshening, so I haven't built any sort of milking stanchion or anything, and I don't have a head chute, so I'm going to try and retrofit this in there for pretty much no money, just some scraps that I have laying around, to try and make a head gate to be able to put her in so that the vet can preg check her and just do a normal checkup. So I think this is a good setup. She's probably going to have to walk in here from the side, but I'm going to start prepping it today. I don't know if I have all the material, but I'm going to go ahead and get started taking some of these bars off, and figured I'd take you along for the journey. So I'm gonna do a little voiceover while this is playing. I originally tried to set up these cross members that you'll see here in a little bit above this bar in some already pre-drilled holes, but once I got it up there, it just looked way too tall for her. I mean, they're used to obviously eating with their heads hanging down, and I just figured I'd take this off, be able to reuse the holes that are pre-drilled here, right, so and easy. You know, that seemed to work out really good. So that came off pretty easy. Kind of surprised with how rusted it was. I have some 2x4s here that I'm going to make some cross members out of. I did pre-drill my holes. Hopefully they'll line up. That's one reason why I wanted to kind of use these holes, is to be able to reuse these. But I got some 1/4-inch bolts that I'm going to try and run straight through there, so I don't have to drill into any sort of metal, and hopefully these will line up pretty good, and then we'll get it started. So here we go. These went in pretty good. Now on to the other side here. Slip my washers and my nuts on here. Alright, so that lined up pretty good. I'll get the neck members here too to fit in there. But I think that's going to be a good height for her. Put some sort of little feed pan right here, and hopefully she'll just stand for us. So here you're going to see me trying to put these neck members in, and these holes were just not lining up right. Whenever I put them on, or whenever I initially did it, I drilled the holes with them in a particular configuration, and as you can see, I'm kind of testing it out here, and they just weren't lining up. I don't think I drilled it exactly symmetrical. I didn't, you know, measure anything out and mark it. I just kind of clamped it up there and drilled holes straight through. So you'll see here in a second that I start to look at this, and I take it apart, and it takes me a couple tries to get it in the exact configuration, but it all fits together there in the end. But I know what I did, I'm pretty sure I bet you I put this on. upside down. I'll flop that one over. I bet you that'll work. So here I am just kind of talking to myself. Initially thinking, oh, all I got to do is flip it over, and I do that the first time and it still doesn't work. But then you'll see me kind of look at it for a second and flip it around again and get it all figured out. Before we get those fastened down, let's try to run a bolt through there and see if that works. Nope, once again. How are these configured? Just be upside down, because this seems to be lining up here left to right. I bet you these are just upside down. There we go. Alright, that's a lot better than having to re-drill some holes. Nice. Alright. Let's get these outside ones put back on. I'll spare you from all that commotion. Liam was going out and going to go collect eggs, and the geese were letting everybody know that they had an intruder. Alright, so this is essentially going to be kind of the basic concept here. As you can see, I need some more bolts to put through the top here. But kind of the whole point is really to have these cross members here be able to slide in and out. To be able to slide in and out, trap her head in. I'll put some bolt pegs there in the top to be able to lock her in place there, but I think I'm gonna have to work with her to get her used to putting her head through there. But I think if she's got some grain on the other side waiting for her, she'll definitely learn. And then what I think I'm gonna do here is set up either a cattle panel on one side and then maybe a swinging gate on this side to be able to kind of lock her in place. But this is kind of the basic concept. I'm hoping it works. But the first day that we try and train her to it, I'll definitely get some videos of that.